All right, week 7 hot read. We did not do well last week. 0-2 on our picks. Hey, we got CLV on both picks. We just missed the picks. Colts and Seahawks didn't come through for us, but 7-3 now on the season on the hot read. We're going to get it back next week. We're going to get ugly this week. Take a couple of unders on some ugly, low-scoring games. So if we're doing ugly, we're doing low-scoring. Let's start out right away at Thursday night. Give me the Jaguars and Saints under 42.5. Already dropping a little bit. Now look, we're going against the Jaguars a bit again here. They seem to do just fine coming home from London. That was the spot we talked about. But you dig into it a little bit. They got gifted an early touchdown. Colts ended up turning the ball over 6 times in that game. Jacksonville actually only had 233 yards, under 4 yards of play. They didn't really play that well. The Colts just kind of gifted them that game. Gardner Minshew was just awful. The defense, though, does look for real. They were 11th in DVOA entering Sunday. They're probably going to be top 10 now. They look good, and the Saints defense looks even better. The Saints lost to the Texans, but I think they were the better team in that game. They actually shut down a pretty good Houston offense pretty much the entire second half. Now, they were number 4 in DVOA defensively, New Orleans, and I think they probably move up too. So we've got 2 defensive teams here. That's what Jacksonville has become this season. And that London thing, it did not work out for us, but look at the spot this is for Jacksonville. They played 2 weeks in a row in London. They came home. They took care of the Colts. Credit where it's due. They've won all 3 of those games. Now it's a short week. Thursday night road trip to New Orleans. It is a brutal, brutal scheduling spot. Would not surprise me at all to see them come out a little bit flat. We're not necessarily picking against them here, so there's a little bit of a buffer. But I do think that they struggle to score and get into a flow here. Saints games this season, here's the totals. 31, 37, 35, 35, 34, 33. Those are all way under this 42.5 number. Average 34.2 points per game. 6-0 to this under by more than a touchdown. This total was 45 on the season look ahead, 43 Sunday morning, 42.5 now, already some 42s out there. I think it's going to keep slipping down. So primetime unders, 60% to the under last 4 years, already 12-6 this season. Home underdog unders, 61% last 2 years, already 63% this year. And if we get there, this one's starting to creep towards where we might hit 40 or below. And I love my Thursday night 40 or belows. 17-4 to the under since 2010. So Jaguars Saints under 42.5. Let's hope that one keeps dropping. Get the CLV while you can. And then we'll go to Sunday for when that's even lower. Give me the Browns and the Colts under 40.5. Whew, man, Browns look for real, at least on defense. Here they are, third string quarterback PJ Walker. They take down the mighty unbeaten 49ers. Defense held the 49ers to 17 points. This is a Niners team that scored 30 points or more all 5 games, 33.5 points a game. So what do? They get the opening touchdown script, the one that they've been practicing those plays all week. And after that, the only touchdown the Niners have the rest of the game is after an interception sets up an 8-yard field and they get in the next play. That's it. That's how the Niners scored in this game. The Browns defense is for real. They're number 1 by DVOA entering the game. They're obviously going to stay that way and probably get even better somehow against them after the Niners game. Cleveland so far, here are their games. 27, 48, 30, 31, 36. 4 out of the 5 games are 36 points or below, 34.5 overall. The one that went over, you might recall, was against the Steelers, and the Steelers had 2 defensive scores in that game. So this is another spot where I think the Browns defense keeps things under. And look at the quarterbacks in this game. Maybe Deshaun Watson comes back. We kind of thought that was supposed to happen this week. Honestly, who knows at this point? Does he play? Does he not? Does that even help them anyways? He's been terrible. He supposedly has a bad rotator cuff. We might get 2 backups here. We might get PJ Walker and Gardner Minshew. So I feel pretty good about taking an under in a game with Walker and Minshew out there. Minshew, I mentioned earlier, terrible today. Had 3 interceptions, had a strip sack. Hopefully we don't get too many turnovers here. That's the one way this maybe goes badly. Get a few points off of short fields. But Colts defense, they're not great, but they're good enough. That's kind of the Gus Bradley MO. I think this is low scoring. I think that it stays ugly. Stefanski for the Browns. And when his total is under 44, Browns are 13-6 to the under, 68%. This one's already sliding down as well. Give me the Browns, Colts under 40.5. So, we're ugly. Week 7 hot reads. Thursday night football, Jacksonville, New Orleans under 42.5. And then to Sunday, Cleveland, Indianapolis under 40.5.